got this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you're enjoying the same, drop a like on the video, that'd be tremendous. Today, we're starting with something a little bit different because of this. You can see you're the highest value player in the scouting player search is turning off all the filters. Arthur is at Manchester City and worth $142 million. I'm not sure exactly on the translation of that to pounds, but so I did that. 364,000 players currently in the database. This took a little while to load, I'm going to be honest. But Hani Hafez, an Egyptian, is the most valuable player in the world right now. £87 million he is valued at. And he's on £400,000 a week at Liverpool, which I'm guessing is the maximum. Oh, no, that's not true. Mbappe, £475,000 a week. But you could see, like, the next he's 5 million clear of the nearest guy, and then there's only 4 players in the world that are worth 80 or more. 2 of which play for Liverpool, 2 of which play for Chelsea. The next player that's outside of the Premier League is Marcio Gaspar at PSG, worth 75 million, and then there's no other players there. I wonder who's actually on the most money. Yeah, just did a quick check. It is Kylian Mbappe by £50,000. Danny at Manchester City at 425, and also Joao Felix at PSG at 425. Then you've got Hafez and Gaspar at 400, and everyone else just tails off very quickly after that. So that's the state of world football. R9 Ronaldo has posters of Guerra in his bedroom. Oh, not just posters. I think he's got a shrine. Guerra is 100% going to win the Ballon d'Or. I think there's a good chance, but I haven't seen anything about that, and I don't think he was up for it last year. So that is really interesting considering how many goals he's actually gone and scored. I thought he'd at least be included. Weirdly, Keskin won Young Player of the Month in our off-camera matches. He's playing all right off-camera, but it's interesting to him to win that. Right, so you're probably wondering who we got. And we got Dortmund. I was surprised. I thought City would get through because England, but it turned out not to be the case. Real Madrid are playing Liverpool. They've drawn 0-0 in their first leg, and we get to play Dortmund. Dortmund beat City 1-0. So the fact that they're capable of beating City suggests they are a pretty damn good team. So I think we're going to be really up against it today, particularly as we've got a serious injury crisis on our hands right now. That being said, I think we've still been able to perform reasonably well in the league. Also, in the last international break, I actually forgot to mention this because there was so much in the last episode. Dubois, Assman, and Jean Carlos all got their first international caps. Great for Remy Dubois, bloody deserved. Assman, well, we all know how much he deserves it. And Jean Carlos, all 3 of those guys have been phenomenal, particularly in the second half of this year. And they all thoroughly deserve their first call-ups. Did cost us a lot in wage money, though. Found ourselves in a crazy situation where I even thought about playing like our under-19s right back, given how many injuries we got. And even Lee Chambers was actually out injured for 4 months. So we played Dubali, I think, at right back for like 3 games off camera. It's been tough, but not so tough that we couldn't go out and scratch. That's not even a word, Matt. Leeds 4-0. Lincoln gave them an early goal, which we're used to seeing a lot of late, and we were able to equalise very early on through Jean Carlos. The build-up play for Jean Carlos' goal was sensational. I'm going to show you it now because it's just worth a looking. We hit the post, but then the ball bounces out. And watch this for one-touch football in the box from players like that you wouldn't expect. Jespersen drops it off, but then it just keeps going. First time touch. Guerra then decides to cross it in first time, but then Lancaster nods it down, which of course Jespersen then nods it back to him. Lancaster turns it back to Jespersen, back across, and there's Jean Carlos to tip it home for 1-1 hit. Well, what a lovely piece of play in the box. It was just like bam, 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 goal. Glorious. And then, obviously, as you can see, Dogoran Keskin made it 2-1 before half-time with his first ever goal for the club. And I think that's probably the goal that earned him Young Player of the Month in the Premier League, to be honest. And in the second half, we just kind of blew away with things. Guerra grabbed himself a goal, and Jean Carlos grabbed yet another goal. He's been on outrageous form this second half of the year. Something's just really clicked with him, and for Guerra to score another was really useful. 4-1, though, with a relatively rotated team. I mean, Keskin's in there, Andriashenko, Jespersen, Dubali was playing right back. Didn't even do a bad job. An 8.8 from wing back. Brilliant stuff. But even better than that was beating Liverpool 2-0. Guerra grabbing both of the goals, both from mistakes from Liverpool players as well. It was just like the Davinson Sanchez situation against Chelsea. He was closed down by Assman for the first one. He then whipped the ball across the box. There was Guerra to tap it home for 1-0. And with the second one, Perrier just lumped a ball downfield. The Liverpool defender, I can't remember who it was, I think it was Armini, just missed it entirely. There went Perrier. He still had another go to beat, and he just managed to get his body in front and slipped it home for 2-0, sending us 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League. 2 more goals for him, and I was ecstatic with that, considering once again you can see that Dubali had to play at right back in this one, and Keskin at left back, really struggling. And also with games thick and fast, it was a real difficulty just trying to keep people fresh, basically. But then the House of Cards finally did tumble at home to Everton. You might look like we've done well, but we just didn't really create anything on the night. I think they were just that little bit better. I mean, you can see they were much better. Militao gave Everton the lead on 51 minutes, and we just couldn't really offer anything after that. Again, I made some substitutions to try and freshen things up because players were just getting too knackered. And yeah, it was bound to happen. Liverpool did win their game in hand as a result of that, and we do move to back only 3 points clear. But that win over Liverpool could be so important, because if we hadn't have done that, we'd be level on points with them, and had we lost, we could have been 3 points behind them right now. So we're still in a good position to win the league, but there's still some really tough games to come. We've got Spurs and Arsenal still to play, so I think we're still going to struggle, but you never know. Better news, as a result of all that, we have now qualified for the Champions League for next season, which is a good sign, and as a result, we've got 80 million in transfer funds, so we really can sort of pinpoint a few signings perhaps for the end of the season to really take things to the next level, which is encouraging, of course. Yeah, we are at home first. That's definitely a positive sign, but 4 players out injured, and Alberto, he's not going to be able to start either. Let's see. How can we do this? Okay, so they keep, for some reason recently, they've kept recommending me to start him instead of Dubois, and I actually cannot fathom why my assistant would want me to do that. So Alberto can't start, Keskin's injured, Fernandes, Campbell, Celso are all injured. Good God. Andriashenko and Dabali are going to be our fullbacks. And Santana's also got an injury. And he's going to miss a load of games too, as you can see. Yeah, so we couldn't even put him at left back. But I'm concerned about our defence. But we've just got to do what works, and that's just go out and attack. Dabali and Andriashenko, though, I think could be the weak links, and I can't really fault them. Worst case scenario, we lose and go out of the Champions League semi-finals. But frankly, for our first year in the competition, that would be vastly more than I ever expected. I thought we'd be lucky to get out of our group. And to be fair, coming second was a little disappointing considering. I think our issue is just going to simply be, oh, hello, Guerra, tipped over the bar. Okay, maybe we can still pull off. We are at home first. It gives us a chance to set down, put down a score and see if we can't do it. But I just think that the problem is going to be, defensively, we're going to struggle today. And Perrier tipped wide, but we might still have enough in the attack. Or Jean Carlos, he is in terrific form. Thankfully, though, at least our attackers are in the best form of their careers right now. Guerra's a bit too wide, or is it? Side netting. This is looking positive. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do very well with the overlapping of the wing-backs, unfortunately. They just don't have the pace or crossing ability. We're on to 3 yellow cards now, and I'm worried that we might end up getting suspensions for the second leg at this rate. And in fact, I think it's pretty much inevitable, because we had that huge raft of suspensions before, and I think we got so many yellow cards against Chelsea that it's almost certain that we're going to be missing more players for the next game, and I just really don't think we can compromise our attacking approach. Andriashenko might have a crack here, though. He scored! Anatoly Andriashenko, Notts County 1, Borussia Dortmund 0. Wow. The makeshift wing-back who can't really play there has just... That might be his one run forward for the entire match. Darren Lever will get the assist because he's been a Champions League god. But just takes it out of his feet, thrashes one. His only previous goal was that wonderful strike in the cup, I think. The number 43, taking it from the number 42, and we lead. Brilliant stuff. Well, that sort of came out of nowhere, but we've got something to hang on to now. A 1-0 win might be doable because it would keep us down. No away goals conceded would be very, very good for us. And... yeah, we win this 1-0. I think we might actually have a chance. Get a few players back for the second leg, maybe. Although probably then lose a few more through suspension. But, oh, he's given it to Garrett. Surely too wide. He's gone too wide. Half-time, and Anatoly Andriashenko, the most unlikely hero you could possibly imagine. Like, in spite of all our flaws, we've still actually played pretty damn well today. The goals come from an unexpected source, I will grant you that. But, oh, chance for Andriashenko. Surely not. Oh, he's gone too wide. Oh, if he gets that out of his feet a little bit quicker, he might genuinely have had a chance to have a second goal there. Gives us a chance to maybe get someone like Alberto fresh for the next game. No, we can't register Keskin. Maybe get Santana back. I don't know. Jean Carlos, he's through. Asman? We're going to win 1-0. 1-0 is not a bad result. I'm going to be honest. Notts County 1, Borussia Dortmund 0. That's a good result. No away goals conceded. Andriashenko, man of the match by far. Forward players didn't really do a lot today, but the defenders actually coped pretty damn well. That is a really good result, considering we just lost our last game. Right, we've got a game off camera now, and we're going to come back for the second leg against Dortmund. That's going to be really difficult away from home, though, particularly with this lineup, but we might have just given ourselves a faint glimmer of hope. Right then, we're back. Slight downturn in form in the league, really. I think the inertia of those injuries has finally sort of caught up with us here. Still, it was a fairly even game, but once Doku got in behind, it was just a simple finish past Suarez, and it was never going to be our day after that. We had a few opportunities, but I think it was just one of those games that descended into just too many niggly little fouls. We've now the worst disciplined team in Premier League history. I think that's come down to the fact that we've had less high-quality players in our defence since, and it's kind of cost us quite dearly here. But it's not the end of the world. We're still level on points with Liverpool. That's the main thing. Those final 3 games are going to be a straight shootout, basically, which is going to be fun, if nothing else. Although 6 points clear to that is a bad run. We've got to play Arsenal, but they did just lose 6-0 to Everton. So it's not the end of the world, really, is it? Also, Palace beat United 2-1. So they're still in 4th place, amazingly, with 66 points. Level with Spurs, but better goal difference. It's crazy. As for us, it's Dortmund. My expectations are still fairly low, considering the team we've actually got to put out. Home games are one thing, but trying to do this away from home is difficult. The fact that we didn't concede an away goal means we're still going to go out and push for this, because we've really got to. A single goal for us wipes the slate clean, really, because then they need 3 against us. And we've not been great going forward lately, but we haven't conceded that many either, apart from against Chelsea. Ignore the Chelsea game. And anything we do would still be considered a massive bonus. To get to the semi-finals would be great in our first season in this tournament. Beautiful stuff. Unfortunately, there's some other problems going in other parts of the team. So, Silla, my assistant keeps wanting to play Silla, but obviously Dubois has been phenomenal this year. I did rest him out of the last game, though, to make sure we had him fresh. Alberto's only just back, but it's better than nothing. Unfortunately, though, Dubali is so knackered that now Jespersen's going to have to play right back. Stepanek obviously isn't going to play here, so Lancaster... Him and Nielsen are kind of neck and neck on this now, so I'm going to give it to Sean Lancaster for now. He's really stepped up over time. Few players like Lever is not great in terms of fitness, but we've really got no choice. There's so few players available. Turgerson will come on the bench. Troffin will come instead of Stepanek. He'll be the only player that's actually available, that, apart from the goalkeeper, that won't be in the squad. One final piece of potential good news to brighten our day a little bit is the fact that Bolton are in the playoffs. They actually did it. I can't believe this. They won 4 of their last 5 matches in the end. They drew their last one, and had they won that, they would have gone automatic, which would have been quite something special. But I would love it if they came up for the playoffs, because they always get such shit luck and bad results in the saves I play. So for them to finally have some good fortune would be just kind of nice, to be honest. Oh, okay. The deserve to be in the final one did not go down well with the players. We need 1 goal. That's all. I just don't see them being able to score 3 past us if we can grab 1. And our best players, the ones we do have available, are at least attackers. Okay, we've been fairly strong from defending corners so far this season, so let's try to keep it that way. Salom, probably one of the most dangerous players they've got, and it's going to be another corner. That's fine. Just throw your bodies in front of everything, lads. See this out. If we have to get a boring 0-0 draw, then we will. Imagine if this lot actually kept 2 clean sheets and not. Oh, what a clearance. I don't even know who cleared that. That was probably should have been in. That hits the bar and bounced down onto the line. That could have been a very, very poor start to this match. Lancaster's picked up a knock. It's a bruised ankle, but if he can continue, then I'll happily let him. I'm just going to check that. Oh, God, it wants to come off. Yeah, that's too much damage to be able to keep him on. But luckily, we've actually got a player that can come on like for once. The only substitution I can basically make in the team that can do that, but if there's any injury to get, I guess it's that one. Dortmund are playing some all-right football, actually. They're breaking through our press more easily than normal. Salom, can he... He's through. Oh. I can't really begrudge him that. They actually played some really nice football at the back there. Usually, what's happened recently in the Champions League games is we've won the ball in these areas, but because they managed to break through and the defenders just weren't really prepared for it, he gets in front of, I think, Jespersen there, and it's a lovely little finish in the bottom corner. It's all right. Again, 1 goal is all that matters for us right now. If we can score it, everything will be fine. They do look fresher than us, though, and we have had a big clump of matches recently. Because unfortunately, when we got to the situation where, where we had those games in hand, we still had to play those somewhere. Salom goes past 1 player. He's got through on goal. Great save by Suarez, and Dortmund seem to have woken up a little bit towards the end of the half here. Half time, we've not really offered a great deal ourselves, and we find ourselves a goal down and an injury to boot. Alberto's not done great either, to be honest. Okay, a chance for us for a set piece for once. Get us ball in. And Jean Carlos, he loves those situations. Andriashenko, surely not. Asman drills it wide. We're going to leave the other sub. We have to. Because at the moment, this is going to extra time, and we need to make sure that we've got someone to bring on for fresh legs. I don't know who it would even be, but just someone to give us some options. Todibo. Should be... Oh, he's forced him under the ball there. Salom. Got good players coming across to counter this. Ball across, and what a save from Marvin Suarez. That might well have just kept us in the Champions League, that stop. I actually thought that ball was sailing straight in. Salom's ball in. Back post, cleared away. I just don't think they've got the energy to be tracking back right now. But I don't want to drop deeper because it's just going to encourage more pressure on... Oh! And that's the set-piece goal. I don't even know how to pronounce that first name. Ajax Moriba. We were just holding on through this match. We're going to have to throw on very attacking for the final 10 to see if there's an outside chance of us just sneaking. It almost looked like... Oh, no, it was... I thought it was Garrett on the line, but it's actually Moriba, right? We're going attacking. I mean, they've been the better team on the night, and they deserve the win on the night, but... That's nice football, actually, Velasquez, and it's... Oh, what a save. Suarez has done everything he can, but the defence just have not been able to handle Dortmund's attack. NS. Oh, what a save. I think Suarez actually got a touch on that. I don't know. It's going to be... I don't know what's going on now. It's going to be Dortmund 2, Notts County 0. We just could not quite manage it. The attacking side of the game has dropped out a little bit in recent matches. That Dortmund result in the first leg cost us. We just weren't good. They deserve the win. I don't know what you'd say over 2 legs, but we just could not quite keep our nerve when it mattered most. So, yeah, look at this. The injuries started occurring around here, I think, and we did manage to stumble through a couple more matches, but we've only scored 1 in our last 4, and I think that's been our main problem, just drying up. So, with that being said, next episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to do a triple live com, all 3 games to finish off the season. Watford, Arsenal and Bournemouth, to see who is going to be the Premier League champion. It's between us and Liverpool, really. Chelsea is 6 points behind. They're not going to catch us both, I don't think. 2 home games is definitely encouraging, but the Arsenal one and Bournemouth away is not going to be easy either. I really hope we can pull off a miracle and win the league. We're in the ascendancy, but it is only goal difference right now. And if we don't get players back soon, then I think we might just stumble at the final hurdle. But it would still give me a lot of hope for next season, given the 24-match unbeaten run we went on this year. With the tiniest little tweaks, I think we can make that happen. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, in spite of us heading out against Dortmund, it was very, very close. A hair's width, I would say, from us managing to get ourselves through. Drop a like on the video, that'd be awesome. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode for a triple live com. Bit of fun. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.